SAT and ACT scores don't matter anymore, right? That's the question I've gotten hundreds of times from parents, and it's a very valid question. As we all know by now, universities went test optional for admissions back in 2020 at the heart of COVID because of how limited testing locations were and how difficult social distancing was in that context. While some universities like MIT have brought back the test mandate, many universities are still test optional. When deciding whether or not your child would benefit from prepping for the SAT or ACT, I think there are three main factors to consider. First, in my opinion, choosing to go test optional at the more highly selective universities really only is beneficial for students who have a 4.0 unweighted GPA, a 4.4 weighted GPA, multiple AP courses, are the captain of their 3 sports teams, and have clocked in their 20 hours of community service for the year. In other words, it's for the student who has so much in their high school resume that they can afford to not submit a test score. But I found that the students who typically want to go the test optional route are the students who are at about a 3.0 or 3.5 GPA and really need something else to help strengthen their profile and thereby increase their chances of admission into these ultra competitive universities. Second, I can't tell you how many parents have said to me, my child gets good grades but doesn't tend to test well, or they don't do well with standardized tests. And honestly, it's not the kid's fault. For years, they didn't take semester exams, so they don't really know how to take them. I was that kid in high school who got a 4.468 GPA, but my peers would try to minimize it by commenting on how hard I had to work for it. It's strange how hard work is less desirable than natural talent, but I always felt like they were right. And when I stepped foot on U of M for the campus tour, I felt scared that I'd be found out as an imposter, someone who didn't really belong. And I feel like students who get in based on their awesome GPA, but by avoiding taking the SAT or ACT, may have that same underlying imposter syndrome plaguing them, making them constantly question, do I really belong here? Third, prepping for standardized tests actually teaches kids how to take cumulative assessments. So many college courses are based on just a couple of cumulative exams. If students don't learn test-taking strategies for cumulative tests like the SAT or ACT, they'll likely struggle to know how to prepare once they're actually in college. To help your child learn the 5 best practices for learning, click on the link below to gain immediate access to my 5-part mini course on Learning 101. In less than 10 minutes, you'll learn the 5 best practices of how to optimize learning. And remember, you got this.